recession, but we have a long way to go. The consumer has never been stronger, and we're going to make the consumer even stronger yet with transparency, because they're going to get much better pricing at hospitals. So I think we can probably add this to the number. You saw median household income for President Bush 8 years was $450. For President Obama
$450.
for 8 years. 8 years.
8 years, 7 of
was
8.
$975.
75, huh?
President Trump, a little over 2.5 years when they did the final number.
2.5. That would be a quarter.
Was $5,000, and they add to that
That would equal
2,000.
1,000.
Thanks to Kevin and everybody. Thank you, Kevin. You're behind me someplace, right?
I'm right here.
They had 2,000 or 2,500, Kevin. What would you say?
Quarter, 25% left.
So let's add 2,000.
100% no
And
line.
then add 3,000 for
75
regulation,
already
and that's
happened,
something for the
25
energy
next.
savings. So you have $10,000. So it's $400 and $975, and it's for 8 and 8, and then for 2.5 years it's 10,000. But the consumer is very powerful, and this is going to make them more powerful. So welcome everyone. This afternoon we celebrate something that I'm very proud of. Another major victory in our mission to deliver great health care at a price that you can afford. This will have a tremendous impact on prices.
I love that price.
A certain gentleman who's in the room who
Wait
will say
until
a
everybody
couple of
gets
words,
free
actually
healthcare.
said this is more important than health care. And when he said that, my ears really perked up, and I listened, and they were right. And they gave me plenty of examples. And that person
I
recently
provide
got
healthcare
the
as
Presidential
it is.
Medal of Freedom.
Mental health care.
His name is Art Laffer, and he's a very talented
Art
guy.
Laffer, huh?
Where's Art? Is he here? Yes.
He's up on
I
the
didn't
top
see
of
you back
Flex
there. I stand
little
up here.
tower there, putting the artwork
Yeah,
up on
great
the ceiling.
gentleman, and you brought a man here who's the king of that world.
Oh yeah,
and,
he's the king of that world.
Hello, how are you? That's the guy.
There he is.
And you made that statement to me, more important than healthcare. That was a big statement. As soon as I heard that, I said, that sounds good to me. It's transparency.
That's right.
So I signed, as you know, an executive order, historic. And we're requiring price transparency in healthcare, forcing companies to compete for your business. It's a very important thing that we've done here. I don't think it'll be covered by you, but it will be in the years to come. Our goal was to give patients the knowledge they need about the real price of healthcare services. They'll be able to check them, compare them, go to different locations, so they can shop for the highest quality care at the lowest cost. And this is about high quality care. You're also looking at that. You're looking at comparisons between talents, which is very important. And then you're also looking at cost. And in some cases, you'll get the best doctor for the lowest cost. That's a good thing. Today, I'm proud to announce 2 new actions implementing that order. First, we are finalizing the rule that will compel hospitals to publish prices publicly online for everyone to see, and to come small basis on individual hospitals. In fact, Art, you were telling me about that with your hospital, that you're on a board of a hospital that did this. I'd like you actually, before I go
It's
further,
all
I'd
about
like
the
you to
money,
talk
ain't
about that just for a second. Art Laffer. Art, just mention that if you could.
Yeah, you got to lower it really far.
Sorry.
Sorry about
Everybody in the
that.
world.
Let me, if I can, just say I wasn't the chairman of the
Except
board
for
of
the elite.
Centennial Hospital. We had some problems, but when you look at this, this is the biggest revolution
this.
I've seen.
Just everything is there because everybody needs
And as
to make
opposed to
some
most
money.
revolutions, this revolution
Why do we
saves
need
lives.
to make it?
It doesn't cost lives, and in this revolution, it saves
Why-
money.
why
You don't have to spend money. And
Why
what
didn't
you've
people
seen
ask
here
themselves
before
these
is
questions
that
a long
we have
time
no
ago?
transparency whatsoever in medicine.
actually do something
It's like
about
the
it.
hermit kingdom of industries. You don't know what the price is, you don't know what the outcome is, and you don't know what the inputs are. What this does is this pulls away the veil and allows people to see exactly what
seals.
they can
Yep.
and what they do. And if
That's
I
right.
can say,
Jonathan Clegg's
I think this
responsible
will
for
lead
everything.
to a phenomenal change in U.S.
You'll
outcome
see.
of employment, output, production. It's
William
just
Penn
one of the
Tower
industries
goes-
that desperately needs this. I'll stop about here, but the last one I can remember being
Don't be
involved
blaming
with
the
was
star.
Lady Thatcher. When
Fallen
she
star.
privatized coal, steel, and the railroads. I mean, the changes there with Sir Keith Joseph. This outdoes all of those revolutions. They're the most amazing of all time, and it takes real leadership to do it, and real practitioners to be able to get it through. And Secretary Azar is a great practitioner, and my buddy Larry
Just hanging out.
Van Horn is also a great practitioner, as well as Larry Kutler.
Listening for
Thank you,
code
sir.
words.
And I'd like to have Larry maybe say a few words.
So far, I'm seeing this 25% thing going on.
Well,
25,
this is a momentous day.
2,500,
Americans year over year have been
2.5,
faced with higher and higher
75
healthcare costs,
just passed.
facing a higher and higher obligation to pay for those out of their
75th
own
day.
wallets without information around the price and the quality associated with that. The charges that have been put out
Or it's just 75%
are
done,
fictitious.
there's more than
Nobody pays the
25
charges.
days.
This effort is to make real prices transparent. The net allowed amounts that drive the decision making for patients every day will now be in their hands so they can make better trade-offs and have hopefully more money in their wallets and their paychecks to pay for all of the goods and services
I have
they
a
need to live
great
their lives.
idea to have
So
more
this is a
money
very
in your
momentous
pocket
day, and I appreciate the efforts of the administration
and less work.
all the way through in terms
It's
of
a
being able to
brilliant
follow through
idea.
and
As a matter of
execute
fact, we need to sign this legislation into office.
we did it max. It's A plus.
I kept saying,
A plus.
there are versions of this. I said, no, I don't want the C or the D. I want the A plus, and we did it the A plus. So I'm very happy with that, and I think you're going to see things. It's kicking in immediately. It'll kick in as of today, but it's going to really start going during the course of the year, the following year, this
Oh,
year.
yeah,
coming.
yep,
And,
2020.
you'll see some results that are going to be actually incredible. In
They're
terms
gonna
of
be
cost
unheard
coming
of.
down. And I think in terms of the quality of the
You
care,
never
because
could
you're
have
picking
thought that stuff
people
up
that
when
you
you
wanna
see what's
be
going to
with.
happen in the year 2020.
This afternoon, we're grateful to be joined by Secretary Steve Mnuchin, wherever you may be, Steve. Hi, Steve. Secretary Gene Scalia. and I
SJD,
think
you over
you're
here?
Really
Hey,
doing a
Steve.
job over there.
John, you
Labor's
there?
doing okay.
Hey, John.
Your numbers are certainly doing very good. It's a good time to be Department of Labor, right? This is right. Thank you
Right.
very much. Good.
Thanks, John.
Secretary Alex Azar. Thank you,
Alex
Alex.
keeps trolling the
Thank
picture
you.
of the dead sheep.
Thank you, Alex. And Administrator Seema Verma. Thank you very much.
Irma. I guess they named the hurricane after her.
Unusual group today. They're spread all over the place. I also want to welcome Representatives Kevin Brady, Michael Burgess, and Greg Walden. They've been so
Brady
fantastic on getting us to a really good position with the taxes. We're going to be
Raise their
doing
taxes.
a major middle income tax cut
You
if we
think
take
so.
back the House.
No, you're
And
not.
we'll be
No.
talking about that sometime later, but we're going to be doing a very major middle income tax cut, mostly
yeah.
devoted to
Us?
middle income.
Like
who have
us?
really been big beneficiaries of the tax cut we did, which was
No,
the
you ain't
largest
cutting us.
in the history of our country. But we're doing a major tax cut for the
No,
middle
the hell
income,
you ain't.
and that'll be subject, obviously, to
Remember,
taking
only
over
2
the
or
House
3
because Democrats like tax increases,
branches
not
are
tax
left
cuts.
on that.
I also want to thank our state
2 or
leaders.
3
We have a lot of
berries on
state
the
leaders
branch.
here today at the highest level,
After
and I
the
want to thank them
harvest.
for being here. And a special thanks again to highly respected economist Dr. Art Laffer, Dr. Larry Van
Art
Horn.
Laffer.
And really, it was those two people that came to my office. We were talking about Art, and we were all congratulating him because he did an incredible job over a lot of years with Ronald Reagan and beyond. And
Did a
when I
great
said
job with the artwork.
the Presidential
art.
Medal
We,
of Fame,
we just
which
call
is the
it
highest
art.
civilian award you can get, he told me this little story about a certain hospital he was involved with where they did this. And every hospital's had just an incredible experience with it. And I said, tell me more. And then we got involved with
Tell me
Larry
lies,
and
tell
Larry
me
Kudlow
sweet
also,
little
by the way.
lies.
And we had a little group of 4 people that talked about it a lot. And I think it's going to have a
So there-
tremendous impact.
4
And
people
again,
would
the
give you
statement was
4
made, this is
stories,
bigger
correct?
than healthcare. And I
Would
think
you or
it
would
will
you
be. I
not
think
get
it'll be
4
more
stories from 4
meaningful
people?
in many ways. You'll save so much money, and you'll get the care that you want, and you'll choose the doctor you want, which was
Each
not
person can
possible
be on
despite
one
the
floor.
many pleas. You know, you can have your
They can
plan,
give
and
you
can
their
have your
story
doctor,
on
where
that
they turned
floor
out to be
and tell you which
untrue
story they're
statements
on.
about Obamacare. For decades, hospitals, insurance companies, lobbyists, and special interests have hidden prices from consumers
Hidden.
so they could drive up costs for you, and you had no idea what was happening. You'd get bills
You
that
do
were
now.
unbelievable, and you have no idea why.
Most people
For
don't.
example, researchers found
The
that
entire
for the
world will
same
be deceived by that
MRI
fire from heaven show.
at the same hospital, patients were charged anywhere from $248 to $2,500. So 10 times more in the
2,500,
same
just at
hospital.
25
I assume
again.
that would be different doctors
24th,
within the same
25th.
hospital. I don't know if the hospitals are going to like me too much.
Because
anymore
yesterday
with
was the
this, but
25th
that's
day.
okay,
Today's
right?
the 24th
That's
day.
okay. I think the
until it's
doctors are going to,
100%.
actually.
No lying.
In the Boston area, the price of delivering
You know,
a baby can
no
cost
line, the
anywhere
tribe
from
of
roughly $4,700 to nearly $16,000. One survey found that
16th,
within a
which is
single
tomorrow.
metro area, the highest negotiated price
14-year-old
for
and a
a
16-year-old
simple
died.
blood test
right?
was roughly 40 times
14
more
and
than
16.
the lowest price. They were given exactly the same service. In some cases, sent them to the same labs and would charge 40 times more money. Under the new price transparency
40 days is
rule,
coming
we
up
are
really soon,
finalizing
so-
today, and it'll be all finalized. It is finalized. It'll be put out today. All of that will change. Hospitals will soon be required to publish the price of everything from individual medical supplies to the total cost of common procedures. Next, we will bring much needed price transparency to insurance companies. I'm sure they'll be thrilled. This will allow you to see your out-of-pocket costs and other vital price information before you go in for treatment. So you're going to know what it's going to be, and
With
you're
my
going to be able
bill, you
to
don't
have
have
lots of
anything.
choices,
You don't even need
both
pockets.
in terms of doctors, hospitals, and price. And we're
fact,
stopping
I'm gonna
American
create
patients from
a new clothing line.
just getting pure and simple.
It's called
two
the
words, very
Pocketless
simple words.
clothing
Ripped
line
off.
from
Because
Robin's
they've been
Hood.
ripped off for
Because
years.
we're going to rip off
For a
the
lot of
pockets,
years.
and we're not going to need them.
With
So
us
what do
today
you
is
need
Melissa
a pocket for
Ural,
when you don't need to
who
carry
works
money?
for a company that benefits from price transparency. And Melissa, could you come up and say?
All you got to do is just show. You just got to look into the camera with your eye.
Thank you, Mr. President. My name is Melissa Ural.
If you've been
and I'm the
converted
Vice
from
President of Human Resources
upside down
for
to right
HB
side
Global.
up,
We are an employee-owned
then
mechanical contracting company.
You get to go.
Transparent pricing initiative aligns with our ownership model because it allows employees to...
You know, when you go shopping in this world here, you need enough money to get what you want. If you want to go look at new vehicles, to like if you just want to go to any Mercedes dealership or Cadillac, just get yourself a nice new brand new spanking brand new Mercedes, like any model you want, just whatever you see. It's like, honey, you want to take this one for say a month, maybe come back and get a different one after that. With my new legislation bill that's going to be passed by Our Hoods Incorporated, LLC, when you sign that bill, what goes into act is there's a facial recognition. It's already out there. When you go to wherever it is, every company will have this. It's almost like having the mark of the beast, just not that beast, the good beast. You have the mark of the beast, and it's in your eyeball. So what you do is you go to the car. It's not even a dealership. It's just there's robots there. They have it's self-help. Once you go to the program that's at the door, it just looks at your eye. It knows who you are, and then it says, and then you're approved. But you have to repent. You can't pretend repent because we're going to know that you're lying. So you have to repent from everything that you've done. Be sincere about it, and then you get access to whatever it is that you want to go and get, and that's the way it is. Because isn't that the way it is? Like, it's like you think, man, that sounds too good to be true. Why is that? Isn't that what Trump can do? Like that? Isn't that like who's Trump? Who's Trump besides an actor? Someone that was born into the Illuminati, the fake illuminated ones. They were born into it. So it's just an actor. I mean, they're all acting, and they all get to do whatever it is that they love to do day in and day out. Now, I don't know what it is that they do behind closed doors. Who knows? Trump could probably be I see him being a really kind-hearted fella, but I don't think he ever had a hard day in his life, so it's kind of hard to really appreciate life when you go from being a servant to having everything presented like opened up, like everything is now opened up. From serving to everything is opened up here. Here you go. So that's what these people have been enjoying this entire time, and that's all we want, is to do the same thing, to be able to enjoy our lives the way we're supposed to. From the beginning, Adam and Eve are reconciling. 930 years, right? Adam and Eve are reconciling with each other because the first 930 years they went astray. You got another 70 years to go. So Adam and Eve, within those 70 years, they have to reconcile. It's good to do it, you know, like in your 30s, 40s, because you get another good 30-something years left of your life, or 20-something, like a good 30 years. That's why if it's in like your 30s to your 40s, a good 30 years of living on Carefree Highway. There you go. It's carefree. You know why it's carefree? You don't have to care about this stuff anymore because it's all been laid out and finished and ironed out. Everything that was crooked was made straight. So with my new legislation bill that's going to be passed, you get to go and do whatever it is that you want to do after you repent. Because once you repent, the things that you want to do, they're no longer corrupted. They're no longer selfish. They're no longer geared to just do away with everybody else and their needs and just focus strictly on you. Everything goes back to square one. But the bill has to be signed. I'm not going to write the bill. I'm not going to write it down on a piece of paper. I'm not going to type it in. I'm not going to email it to anybody. The bill is out there. It's in the air. Go meet the Lord in the air. That bill is the Lord's bill. Don't you think that's the bill that he wants passed on planet Earth? Why would he want us to still be slaves to the system and allow them to continue to rule over us when the truth is being exposed? Everything. The lies are being exposed. The truth is being exposed. Everything's been hidden.
Give us as families and patients choices ahead
It's
of
already
time,
out there.
and will ultimately lower the health
You just have to be in
costs and
agreement
outcomes
with it.
It's easy to have quality.
Once everything is revealed, everybody who's in agreement, you get to experience what you believed would happen. Even though you had no proof, no promise from anybody, you just had some faith. Like, all right, well, what else do I got? Yeah, hey, look, it's possible. It's possible, Rob. Yeah, but yeah, whatever. Maybe it will. Maybe it's possible. Yeah, wait a minute. Why not? Why isn't it that way? And then once you break that barrier, you realize that, wait a minute. I've learned that the more I believe in what I'm thinking actually comes to life and manifests itself right in front of your eyes. Things just happen. That's what YouTube has taught me over these past 2.5 years. Almost 3-ish. It's like another world. It's the world. It's basically the underground world. Like for 3 years, just about, I've been like in the underground. You know, like in the belly of the beast, searching through the belly of the beast underground. Because look, we all live above ground, and well, not everybody, but mainly. And but the underground world they live above ground too, but they're not known. So what I did was I dug deep into the underground world and basically kind of intruded on your property. Because I wasn't invited to the party. I mean, I don't understand why not. Like, what is it? You don't like me? Is it because I set dates? I mean, you know, you guys know that the dates are, whether they're going to be right or wrong, right off the bat as soon as I said it, because you guys are the ones that set the dates and all the events to happen. I'm just trying to figure out the timeline. So you guys already know that every time I set a date, you're either like immediately you get the result. Like, I gotta wait. It sucks. I gotta wait like freaking 75 days or some 100 days later. When I said it at that exact moment, you guys get to see that it's true. Or, nah, cold again. Cold again. I want to be on the other side. I want to see what you see. I want to see like when I have this feeling, gut feeling, this thought in my head, and I just say it, and then a timeline comes by, and then the event does happen, like that day or something really, really close. I want to know that it's right immediately. But I can't, because I'm not looking from the inside out at myself. I gotta wait until time passes by. Then I look. Eventually, I get to see what people are seeing from the inside out, because I get to rewatch the video later on if something does happen that way. And then I like to judge to see, like, where were my thoughts at and how close was I, or was I way off. But so far, I'm hearing this 25 percentile thing going on. It's like these tiles are almost set in it. They were setting the scene for the rapture with the book bags disappearing, and the book bag's still there as if they disappeared. Paper still sitting on top of the actual trash can itself, like that didn't blow off by now. It's a piece of paper. It's like they literally take regular paper and they'll tape it to the trash can to leave it there, as if the wind doesn't blow within hours upon hours of just leaving the stuff there. Don't you go through it and then clean it up? Oh, they leave one guy to do that then, right? That's what it is. One person to search through all those book bags. That's why it was so empty when they showed pictures, the video. Setting up the rapture, getting you conditioned to seeing things left behind, talking about being left behind, talking about being transported. This is also obvious. But they build it all up until the very end. Like, the very end is when we're going to see all this stuff happening. Those last 10 days before, you know, the hatchet comes down on them, because 7 of them, there's 7 days it comes down on us. There's 10 days that you gotta wait. There's always a prolonged period that you gotta wait. But what are you waiting for? Like, think about it. What are you exactly waiting for? Like, I tell you to wait. Just wait. Wait for what? Wait to see all this destruction? And then what, Robin? What the fuck are we gonna do then? We see all this destruction. Well, remember I told you that you're gonna see all that destruction. Okay? Rule number one. Remember I told you you're gonna see all this destruction. You're gonna see it in Philadelphia. That's the secret over here, is Philadelphia. It's just something that nobody's saying, except for myself. Well, and Kleck, and Steve, and all the other mouthpieces. Every mouthpiece is telling me Philadelphia's getting hit tremendously. But they're not literally telling me, they're just saying it. Like, they're just saying it out loud, screaming it. Again, I'll graduate. Trust me, I'm going to graduate from being a son to a father. It's like going from being just a son and only having a father to birth, and then all of a sudden you have a baby boy and you are now a father. That very day, as soon as your son's born or your daughter, you graduate from being a child to a man-child, just like that. Because now you have a child to take care of, and that child is relying on your ass to take care of it. So that's when it's time to man up, and then that's when it's time for people to, it's the shift change. This is the shift that's coming. Is you'll see this stuff, right? It'll sink in that it actually happened. But right off the bat, holy shit, Robin was right. That's what you're gonna say. Holy shit, Robin was right. And it's not an ego thing for me. It's not a pat me on the back thing. It's a thank God that happened, because now, guess what? The rest of the vision that I've seen that's going to happen is so coming true. Each and every day. But you got to see that initial ringing my bell. My bell's going to get rung. It's going to be like, fuck. 3 in a row. 3 in a row. We're waiting it out. It's fine. You can ring my bell. Cleg's gonna ring my bell. Ring-a-ling-a-ling. Whatever. I'll get a wounded head. That's fine. Whatever. I'll still live. It's no big deal. It's only a wounded head. Shit. Look, you could basically shoot yourself in the head. You could still live. Just ask that kid that had the script to play this person that doesn't exist, that never was there, that never held a gun, and nobody knows who the hell it was. So just play that character there. I mean, ask him. And then ask that officer that got shot in Philadelphia on August 14th, the one that had a wounded head. He lived too. Man, that guy was lucky. That bullet grazed him. So the Church of Philadelphia is going to get a wounded head. Why else do you think it says to the angel of the Church of Philadelphia, write these things? You know, you have a little bit of strength left there, Church of Philadelphia, 144,000. As it is in heaven, so shall it be on earth. So they will play it here in Philadelphia. Whether I was here or not, they're still going to play it. Doesn't matter. I just happen to be in the area, like the vicinity of Philadelphia, every single day. Just by circumstance. It happened to be that way. So I get to speak up for Philadelphia and the Church of Philadelphia. So I know, we're going to have a little bit of strength left, because we're going to get our frickin' bell rung. Clegg is just putting it out there. He's just putting the bell right in our face. His last caption is a bell. I find it amazing that July 4th, when he did that video about the ringing the bell, and then over time, and subscribers putting out their thoughts and their ideas about some of the things that Clegg's saying, which helps tremendously too. And putting that one thing together about the bell, that was a good come up, because I didn't think of it at first, but as him and Michael are sitting there talking about Philadelphia, Home Depot, New Jerusalem, Church of Philadelphia, does that ring a bell? He was planning this a long time. That's a given. Years and years in advance, obviously, because that's why they printed the damn bell on the $100 bill, the hologram. When you turn it this way, it goes from a bell to $100, and then it keeps going. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I got to give it to you, Clegg. That bell was planned on being rung on a specific day, no matter what. I'll just say November 21st is looking like a good timeline to get rung, because there's like a 3 more day period after that. But that 24th, that first month, the 24th day of the first month. Look, 11/11 is the date, timeline that Clegg is using as his race taking over, the Scorpion race. So November is the first month. So that 24th day of that first month, now again, it could go to December. It's just, it could, it's possible, but because I just heard Trump say something about you got 4 weeks to live, talking about the healthcare prices and people and the things that you have there. So I went and did the math, and then it's like, you know, exactly 28 days from now. I forget what day it landed on. That's, you know, it's fitting in there. But again, this number one event has to happen. When that happens, remember what the outcome is. I told you to wait. Like, just wait. Just stay still. The power that you have is to stay still. Fast and prayer. Do you think you have to go into a closet and pray? Do you think you have to? Do you think that praying is something that you literally have to do out loud? Well, I'm telling you, it's not. You pray. Praying is just having a straight connection with God. It's just you, the energy, that everything about God that's you can experience is in prayer. It's called being aware, consciously awake to the positive and the negative energy that God can send your way. Through positive, through conquering your fears; negative, through allowing the fears to penetrate your heart. And then when you dwell on those fears and you let that dam, you build that dam wall again, and you block the flow of the thoughts that should just flow through. When you allow the fear to penetrate you, well, you're experiencing the negative energy of God. You're experiencing the side called Satan, Lucifer, the devil, the dragon. Then when you're conquering those, and you're listening to the Christ-like side. Lucifer's tapping into the Christ account, telling you, and Christ is tapping into the Lucifer account,